I've always liked that.
And I'm looking at how you keep looking at
That bridge right there. I'd be scared to that bridge gonna give out.
that. What is he doing?
All them trucks sitting on that bridge like that.
You're not gonna let us over? Oh my goodness, look at this. Every day, all day.
On a Saturday. Maybe to break up until we get on there a little bit.
Man, I'm sick of this.
When it's packed like this on a Saturday and Sunday, that's when you know there's a lot of people in the city.
Too many people, if you ask me. Not really too many. It's a lot. So how do you? What's your suggestion or your thoughts on? I mean, if a city is experiencing rapid growth, what should make it better? I mean, because I don't see it.
Well, I think Atlanta should have made better preparations for this right here because when they first started experiencing the growth in the late 80s and early 90s, they should start all the construction they're doing now. They should have been doing it back then. Instead of waiting, you wait until you get full, and now you want to start expanding the roads. You can't do it that way. It's too late now.
It was never really designed to have this heavy volume of people, I think. So
No, I mean, it wasn't really the design, but it's even worse when you don't even, when the roads are not expanded. But then, as far as, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the infrastructure. But, my thing is you still could, even though your infrastructure is not really designed for people, you still could at least made preparations when you first started seeing the city was, growing, because in Atlanta started a massive growth spurt in the early 90s, even before the Olympics. When the Olympics came and left, that's when it catapulted. And by that time, it was too late. That's just my opinion.
by the time the Olympics left?
Yeah, when the Olympics came, that's when everybody really started flocking to Atlanta after the Olympics.
After?
Yep.
I know that's when I remember that's when the cost, it was expensive.
I said,
sorry, I'm so sorry.
this time around,
It's something in the air.
yeah, this I don't know what's going on with this air. A lot of people experiencing it. But anyway, that's another. But I think this particular time around,
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's funny.
I think that Spaghetti Junction right there caused the backup back there with the traffic.
Yeah.
It's flowing out.
Yeah, I was talking about infrastructure, and 1996, the year of the Summer Olympics here. I remember like our rent. We were living in a townhome. Our rent was like $400, and that was considered. It was a really nice townhome.
How many bedrooms and baths?
2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and I believe. And then there's some apartments, and I'm talking about the Greenbrier area in Southwest Atlanta. There are some apartments, Continental Colony. They're very nice. They're one of the nicest apartments at that time in the area. And their apartments, right after the Olympics, they shot up to like $625.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
After the Olympics.
Yeah, because that's when I started looking, trying to get my own apartment and stuff.
Well, that's what I was talking about. After the Olympics came here, people, that came down here for the Olympics, a lot of them came to Atlanta and saw they liked the city and they want to stay. So people started just coming in droves.
Yeah, but it was also considered like the Black Mecca. It was, African American opportunity for African Americans, jobs, the cost of living was cheaper. Because a lot of the people that migrated him, not here, most of them were from northern cities where the cost of living was more money. It was expensive. So this was more, it was less, it was cheaper. From what I remember.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not, it used to be cheaper than a lot of the northern cities, but now it's not just as expensive as some of them.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception like New York and Boston and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the reason why my parents moved me and my sisters down here, because the cost of living at the time was cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, even Cleveland, it was cheaper than Cleveland.
When did you
But
come
now it's the other way around.
Yeah. You came in what year? 89?
89, yeah.
Watch this truck.
Yeah, people get over on you.
So when you came, I was still in elementary school. I think I was in elementary school when you came here.
Yeah, elementary school.
Yep. You was in high school.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you wasn't?
Well, yeah, I was in high school.
Yeah,
My
you
senior year, but
was.
you was not in no elementary school.
I wasn't.
I'm not that much.
89?
I'm not that much older.
7 years old.
Okay, it was actually 6 years and some months.
7 years. 6 years of month. Are you what? 7 years. But anyway, maybe I was in middle school.
Yeah, you was about 11. I was 18.
You don't need to tell my age. Watch this. Watch this. Sorry, y'all. I get a little bit,
Yeah, get too paranoid. That van showed no signs of getting over. Saw that street, thought it was a lot of French people.
Huh?
I thought that street, East Ponce de Leon, I thought it was, when I first saw the street, I thought it was like a bunch of French people lived up down that street. Or a lot of French architects, but it wasn't. Mercedes van.
It's a party van. I like the limousine.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought it was just a big old van. It was a party van. Man, you just saw how that car just cut in front of that van. Look at him.
Yep,
just cutting all across the road.
Yep. And sometimes they
wonder why so many accidents. Memorial Drive. Yeah, that street has went downhill drastically since I first moved down here. It used to be a nice area. signs.
And you know what I noticed about a lot of the hood areas? Three things you're gonna see a lot of. First is going to be bail bonds. Oh, you'll see that closer to jail. Closer to jail. Okay, I'm sorry. Church's chicken. Or like hot wing places. Right?
No, I mean.
Well, Church's chicken.
Hot wing places.
Church's chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. And rent to own places, car title, tag.
Yeah.
Loan companies, and check cashing.
Yeah, those type of businesses are like called predatory businesses, and they prey on people who don't make a lot of money, so they keep them in debt.
Yeah.
So those type of people, like people that's well-to-do or have a certain income structure,
Yeah.
they don't need those type of businesses. So they don't. That type of business will suffer in some places like Alpharetta or Milton.
But you know where some places like that, or what about pawn shops?
Well, pawn shops and everything, you got that's different. You're not gonna find pawn shops just in the hood. You're gonna find pawn shops even in affluent areas, because you got people that's want to pawn something, or want.
But that's pawn shop, yeah, for money, like quick money.
Yeah, I mean, quick. I've seen pawn shops in nice areas before, so.
Yeah, because it's for people that have something of value.
Yeah. That's just a little different.
You can go, there's some pawn shops you can go to buy stuff. I used to feel guilty about buying stuff though, because I'm like, oh, somebody probably lost their stuff.
I did too. I used to be like, I'm buying something that somebody lost, so somebody couldn't afford to get out.
I've got a Coach wallet once. It was $20. It was a nice, authentic Coach wallet. I no longer have it, but I had it for almost a decade. I would feel bad, because I know how that probably would feel.
Well, people have, but you never know. People that lost something, you never know their current situation. They might have, their situation might have gotten better.
Yeah.
So you find.
See, it's people go through hardships. I mean, I know we've experienced hardships, but one thing I do know is that trouble don't last always.
No.
And everything in life literally moves in a circle. We talk about it from the aspects of karma, like what goes out comes back. But life really does move in a circle. So that should let you know that, what's happening now is not always going to happen.
Right.
Because everything just moves in a circle. So you won't always be experiencing hardship.
Yes, it's like a cycle. So you got some people who go through hardships and they handle it a certain way, and they take it out on other people, or they just in their mind they think that it's going to always be, their situation is always going to be the same or be permanent. It's not.
The key to that, honestly, I think, is always be positive. And like my mother-in-law, she always would say, take the path of peace, because peace is our original state of being. And if you are in that state of peace, meaning you're not going to be distressed or worried about your circumstances, then that, I think, when you have that attitude, it's easier to be a little bit positive, and then you'll be able to just be a little bit more positive. I mean, you can't just take it out on people because life happens, or you're in a hardship, or things are not going your way. And one thing I've had to learn this recently, dealing with certain people that I don't need to really deal with anymore, is that especially those negative Nancy type people that always find something negative, they can't find anything positive. Because you know why a lot of people are like that though? Because they have a bad I should be here in life. I should have this. I should have a husband. I should have this car. I should have this house. I shouldn't have to suffer or whatever. And then a lot of that comes from comparison, comparing yourself to someone else, right?
Right.
So, and they're always negative about it. So, if one thing I've learned recently is that, you know how they say misery loves company?
Yep.
It don't
It's a very true
necessarily,
statement.
it may love it, but it needs it. Misery really needs it needs an alliance to really survive, to thrive. So don't engage. Don't give them what they need.
No, and that's one thing I've learned. I don't. That's why I try to protect my energy from certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they call you and try to project their energy and their negativity on you.
Yeah.
And I always try to be a listening ear to people. But as long as you got some people that they want you to listen to them and
Mm-hmm.
give them advice,
Mm-hmm.
but they never take your advice. And then you see them, years later in the same situation, because they just, I call them, what they call an ass cold. They ask of you for advice and do the opposite of what you suggested to them. And you see them years later, months later in the same situation.
I don't give
It's
out
just
advice
draining.
anymore.
No, I'm saying I've cut back on that because of that.
Yeah, I used to, because I'm the one everybody call to get advice from me. So many of my associate friends, they call and ask for advice, and I know that when I need someone to talk to, those people are not there for me. But the reason why I don't give, and I understand, because the reason why I don't give them advice is because, like you said, a lot of times they don't even take your advice.
No, they just want somebody to just project their energy, their negative energy onto.
They just
And they have no.
Whoa.
Here goes another one.
Yeah, I expect this.
See, 20.
I-20.
Yeah, I-20 is going to be even worse because it's narrow. It's not as wide as 85 and 75.
Yeah.
So, it becomes a nightmare when 20 get backed up.
Yeah, I expected this.
And that's the reason why I can never live on the east side of town, like Conyers or.
I wanted to move to Stonecrest.
I mean, unless you have a job out that way. If your job is also in Conyers or Covington or Stonecrest or something like that, yeah. So see, right now you hear this ambulance, so then more than likely it's been an accident.
Mm-hmm. So honestly, I wanted to live in Stonecrest area because I was at a point where all of the areas that I lived in Atlanta, as an adult, my adult life, I lived in Stone Mountain, when I was, but after, let me say this, since I've been married, since we mostly lived in Gwinnett County, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gwinnett County. And because Gwinnett County, I love, one of the things I do like the diversity of Gwinnett County, but I don't necessarily like I'm trying to see how to say this without, I like the diversity of Gwinnett County, but I had issues with neighbors. I'm just going to say this. I've had some, too much, you can't do that.
I'm talking about the demographics.
Yeah, Gwinnett County had, and I don't want this to be a political channel, but you guys could chime in if you don't agree with what I'm saying, you have a problem with what I'm saying. I'm not trying to offend anyone. This is just my experience that I'm sharing. Living in Gwinnett County, I love Gwinnett County. We lived in, but some of the communities that we lived in, Duluth, we no longer live in that area. I've had issues with some of the demographics in some of the neighborhoods that we lived in, and it just it made me want to live in an area that was not heavy with that demographic. Can I say that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I say that? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We had the community. It was more welcoming to economic migrants.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Is that what it was? Economic migrants.
I'm gonna say economic migrants because I'm not going to say asylum seeking because I have respect for. I understand working in as a community health worker and a community advocate. I absolutely know that the process of seeking asylum, I respect it. I think it should be available for those that need it. But I don't think a lot of the people that the media say are here to seek asylum, they're not here seeking asylum.
Of course not.
So that was one of the
Not
issues that I had, and in the last couple of years of that particular demographic. Unfortunately, it became a crisis. So I wanted to live in an area where more people look like me, where it was, because I started feeling like I didn't belong in the area. Like I just felt, not necessarily I didn't belong, but kind of, sort of. Yeah. It started to look like something I didn't recognize.
It became the way overnight. When it becomes the way overnight like that, that's when you know.
But I didn't want this to be a political thing, because I didn't want this to be, because every time you talk about economic migrants, it becomes political. You know, it becomes this is stolen land and all this stuff. I don't want to get into all that.
It becomes more taboo. Like you can't talk about it because, you know.
Well, I've had some very experiences that were not pleasant, and it changed the way. It just changed the trajectory of where just my life and where I wanted to buy a home, where I wanted to be, because cops over there, I would see a lot of cops around here on the interstate. So yeah, but I still like Gwinnett County.
That's in Gwinnett.
Yeah. I like Snellville. I like the diversity of Snellville too. I like the diversity of Gwinnett County. I really do.
That's what I like. I like the diverse areas.
I don't want an area to be experiencing just sudden changes that are not positive, that are not beautifying or making the area better.
Right.
It's causing the crime to increase. It's causing the neighborhood to look different. So yeah. I'm
just gonna go straight out and say it's causing the neighborhood to look third worldish.
And the quality of life.
And everything, yeah. Ready for it. It was 70 today, but it's supposed to be 58 tomorrow.
Are you ready for summer? Summertime. The summertime in Atlanta is whoo.
Yeah, I'm ready, but the summers in Georgia is hot as hell. I wish I had two residents where I could live.
Nova Scotia.
No, not that far north.
I do.
I want a house up north and a house down south, and be like a bird and fly south for the winter and go north in the summertime.
I go to Nova Scotia in the summer and in the winter.
You don't go be there in the wintertime. You think you do, but you don't.
I hope I can get to Canada in a
America you want to go that you haven't been to?
Seattle. That's like at the top of my list. Seattle. I do want to go back to like San Francisco, like the Bay Area. I want to go back there because when I went there, it was just for business. I was only there for a couple of days. So I would like to go back to stay longer in San Francisco, but absolutely Seattle. I want to go to Chicago. Not right now, though. I mean...
Well, San Francisco, hopefully they can restore the damage they've done because there's been a lot of business that's been closing down in San Francisco.
In San Francisco? Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to go back to San Francisco. I flew into San Francisco. We stayed in Oakland. I love Oakland, like the Jack London Square. But I heard that the hotel that we stayed in Oakland, Jack London Square, it closed. I was shocked to learn that. I was shocked. So yes, that California, yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on there. But I definitely want to go to Seattle. Yep. I want to go to Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah. I do want to visit Utah.
Yo, Gavin Newsom not doing a good job with California.
Oh, he's awful, boo.
I'm sorry, my viewers that's Gavin Newsom supporters. I'm sorry, but
oh my gosh,
he's horrible.
Just horrible. One day we'll get into this conversation. We'll have a conversation about politics and all of that. But I'm just kind of disappointed at what happened to California. The Bay Area. It's so much I want to see. I didn't get to see when I was there. Like I want to go to Oakland. I want to go to Evergreen Cemetery. I want to go to Berkeley. It was so much I wanted to do. But now I'm kind of like, they're not very tough on crime there. And
not at all.
It's a lot going on. But yes, so that would be Seattle. I do want to go to Utah. I would like to visit Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, let's see, Seattle. Now I do want to go. I'm supposed to go to New Orleans like this summer. I don't know if I'm going, but I do want to go to New Orleans, but only for. Yeah, I want to go to New Orleans. I do want to go to New Orleans, probably Baton Rouge. There's a lot of places I haven't gone to. But I want to see some USA. Yeah, absolutely.
I went to New Orleans before. I mean, I wasn't too impressed with it.
I want to go because of the food.
Yeah.
The food. You know, I like that Cajun Creole cuisine. And, they got a rockin' seafood bar over there. Look at these little
Rockin' Seafood Bar.
Eateries. Yes, Rockin' Seafood Bar. Okay. And you got Black Wall Street in the area.
Yep. Black Wall Street.
Which looks like a big flea market, but I mean, I like it. I support it. Yeah, several places. What else did I say? I want to go to New York. When I was young, I wanted to move to New York. I wanted to live in, because I was like, I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to have a family. I'm going to move to Westchester County. I always wanted to live in New Rochelle. But now I hear the crime in New Rochelle is even bad. I was like, what?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy. So what's going on with New Rochelle, y'all? If you watch it. So I have to find another place we made it! Yay! We made it to dinner. You don't want to park over there? Guess not. We made it. Oh, there was 2 spots there.
What difference would it make with the spots that one right here? They all in the front, right? Front of the.
Oh no, I didn't know this was up here. Oh, that's on?
Put this parking brake on.
Hi.
All right. Over here. But thank you, viewers, for coming along the ride with us. Until next time.